Welcome back to Hoard of the Dragon Queen with the Strange Friends, where I, as is tradition, torture them, give them emotional trauma, and then no aftercare as I send them on their ways. We don't do aftercare here. We're bad about that. But with wonderful, terrible things happening, when we last left off, the party had spent a good portion of a couple hours running away from a dragon, flying through the air on a flying carpet. They all learned to work together as a team to properly balance it so that people weren't flying off, and managed to outrun the dragon in such a way that it could not keep up or decided not to continue giving chase. However, the party did take shelter in a cave using Alexandra's quest of maps or map quest book. They were able to direct themselves back to the city of Evening Star, where as they flew through the as they flew through the air, they noticed two things. First and foremost, the illusion that hid the city inside of a mountain was gone, and that the southeastern side of the city was engulfed in flames. Where we left off, you all were still in the air. So Alex, you were flying, so I will actually let you lead. What would you like to do?
Real quick, I'm getting like a TV background. It's coming through really strong.
I got it. Sorry,
Okay, cool.
Go ahead, Alex.
I guess I would start flying us towards the south side where a bunch of things were on fire.
Sure.
Go see what's damaged at least.
Okay.
Or what's going on.
What you know, given that you're from the city of Evening Star, you do know that the southeast side of the city is as much of a lower income area as Evening Star has. The standard of living in the city is very high, but it's certainly not walled up in the way that other districts in the city are. So as you come down, you do notice a few things. One thing in particular, Evening Star has no walls generally, as far as like an exterior wall. So you do see, yeah, she's amazing. Everybody be jealous. You do see there's an allotment of bodies, and you see scorch marks. Where would you like to land? Or you want to land like right in the middle of where everything happened, or on the outskirts?
I want to go towards screaming. I want to go towards people who need help.
Wherever the injured people are, so we can at least start helping with that.
Okay. Yeah, so you'll land behind the line. Mostly at this point, it seems like the combat has died down, and it looks like there's very much some battlefield cleanup going on. You do recognize the captain of the Queen, or captain of the King's Guard, is down there, and he waves you all over.
The guy who Bjorno stole his job.
Glad that you all have returned. We grew concerned when the slip didn't come back.
What happened?
It was not good. A very powerful blue dragon somehow knew where the town was. It hit us pretty hard, but it was followed up by a larger assault of, as you can see, cultist rabble, a few of their priests. We've drove them off a few times over the course of the night as they kept on striking us, but the city held. That is what is important. What news do you bring?
Success. Our expedition proved fruitful. We should see Her Majesty's.
That would be wise. Miss Hildy, you seem to have acquired a new helmet.
Oh no, Bjarno took it.
Bjorn's wearing the blue dragon helm?
I am.
Oh. Sir Knight, you seem to have acquired a new helm.
I have. And as much as it does not necessarily suit me, it must aid in our adventure.
It's good to use the tools of the enemy where we can against them.
When we must.
And Miss Alex, what has happened to you?
I'm a gold dragon now. Don't worry about it.
That makes sense. You don't even need to roll a bluff check. That makes sense. Well, I'll have one of the guards escort you to the throne room. I don't know that they'll necessarily be there, but wherever the king and queen are being held, I'm sure they'll come out since the attack seemed to have abated. Miss Hildy, would you care to help us tend to the wounded?
I would like to help. Yes.
It'd be much appreciated. He takes you over where, basically there are slews of soldiers, lots of town guard, a few gray maidens, which if you remember the Queen's special guard, but generally you'll spend the next hour or two doing triage. Luckily, you have the magical capabilities to make triage a lot simpler, but it's clear the town was hit hard. Bjorno, Alex, Bimgog, and Broduk, a guard walks up to you and offers to escort you to the palace.
Broduk is not going to go. I'm going to go check on Emil. You don't need me at castle, right?
Yeah, you're good, Broduk. Go check on your friend.
Make sure she's safe.
Okay. Bye. And then he turns and walks off.
Okay. So you guys are escorted to the castle, and basically after you do notice that security is extremely heightened. There are multiple gray maidens at the exterior entrance, as well as Kingsguard stationed at the interior cloister entrance into the mountain itself. Give me a perception check from Pjorno and Bimgog.
Yeah.
Pjorno, do you want to roll a perception?
Oh, that requires launching the actual game, Dave. Can I be bothered to do that? We'll find out.
Well, that's fine. I'm just assuming you won't see it. So you guys get into the throne room.
Look, I see things.
Okay. Yes, you actually notice and recognize there is a lot of the stonework on the exterior part of the palace has been struck with lightning, but you notice that while there's a lot of crumbled rock at the bottom, that the palace still looks full. So imagine, if you will, there's a brick and somebody knocks off a corner, and you look down, you see the brick on the ground, or the piece of corner on the ground, and the brick still looks whole. You do get brought into an interior cloister where you are asked to hand over your weapons, please. The central walks up to each of you.
I hand over my cheese knife. It's the only weapon I have on me.
I am a king's guard. Are you sure you want to ask this of me?
Mr. Bimgog?
I mean, I'm happy to hand over my weapon, but I would just like to say that, you just got attacked, I don't know if that's smart, as he basically hands his crossbow over. You make
Sir-
your own choices, though.
Kind of backs up. Whispers something to one of the guards. He nods. You're with the King's Guard. It should be fine. Wait here. I will see if they are ready for an audience. Broduk.
Broduk.
You're going to go see Ami, right?
Yeah, I'm going to her house.
Okay. It takes you about maybe 5 minutes, assuming you even like briskly walk. She's not far from where the action was.
I jog over.
Okay. You get there. The house seems to be in one piece.
Knock, 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 knock.
There's no answer.
I reach down and try the door handle.
It is locked.
Ami, it's Broduk. Huh. Think about all the places that I've seen Ami, which is here, at the tavern, and at the castle. So I'm going to go to the tavern.
Okay. Takes you about 20 minutes maybe to cross the town entirely. You get to the tavern. What would you like to do?
Walk inside. Is
Okay.
what's his name? The commerce lord
Bartholomew?
guy. Bartholomew, that's it.
Bartholomew is there.
Hi,
Broduk,
Bartholomew.
glad you could come back. Hey, welcome back. How are you?
You all got attacked.
I'm planning to offer up some discounts on drinks for the night. That's a first for this town. I don't know. I don't quite know how we'll handle it.
Get strong. Don't get attacked.
Our strength's always been in magic and technological applications of it.
Get muscle.
Which makes
Make
us
them
plenty
fear you.
strong, but that would be nice to strike fear. We walk a fine line. If we show too much of ourselves, it's possible that cities like Waterdeep and Baldur's Gate might consider us an object threat, as opposed to the peaceful town that we are.
Good hunters stay in shadow.
What can I get you?
Ami, is she here?
No, I don't believe so. I do know that she serves as a royal barber.
Castle.
She should be either home or in the castle.
She not home. I go to castle then.
Okay. I do know that they've been recruiting very hard for the Queen's Guard. You might also check the recruitment posts.
Ami become
She's a
knight?
patriotic lot. One of the Gray Maidens is where they're usually sending the women. The Queen has a affinity for having a specialized feminine guard with her.
I not know Ami want to become knight. I teach her be rune knight like me.
I'm sure she'd be learning from one of the best.
I'm really good. Big
I
brother,
believe
really
you.
good.
You scare me.
I go find her now. Bye.
Bye, Broduk.
And then he takes off.
Okay. Bjorno, Alex, and Bimgog, after about 20 minutes of waiting, which is very unusual given what you guys have traditionally experienced with royalty in this town, you are finally let in through a different door than usual. You are not taken to the royal royal hall. You're taken through some back corridors. You walk past multiple guards. clearly this is the inner cloister of the palace, where there is you're let into a room which is triple barred, and inside of it, it's a small, maybe 30 by 10 room. Waiting at the end on a throne is the king and the queen. With them is Rowan, the king's technomancer. There's also the minister of industry, Jama Gleamsilver, the minister of faith, High Father Nitchusar, and yeah, they are all standing there. The king looks up. Adventurers, you have returned.
Hail to Majesties, we return successful.
It is good to see. I am glad to know that my King's Guard is more than capable of standing around a dusty old building keeping me safe. What news do you bring?
We have plumbed the depths of an ancient tomb of an ancient king from a long forgotten civilization, and we have retrieved riches and plundered a great deal of ancient treasures from those depths, including this mighty mask that I wear, treasured by the cult of the dragon, as well as their treasured orb. And I produce the orb.
Which orb?
The blue one.
Did I send you the details on the blue orb, or did you take that from the statue?
It came from it was actually in the treasure coffer, if I remember correctly. You said it wasn't, and then you're like, oh nope, it's there. You remember
my
now?
Apologies.
Oh
Yeah,
no, I think he was talking
pulled
about the blue mask, because we were like trying to figure out if the blue mask actually was there or if it was in the coffin.
the blue
and there
mask
was like
is what
a
I was talking about.
yeah. I think there was
the
a blue
orb was a
orb.
one-up in stone.
Oh,
Yeah, we tried to take the orbs from the statue hands, but they didn't come out.
Yeah. So you only have the blue mask. You wouldn't.
Oh,
have
I
the
thought
blue
we
orb.
didn't get the orb? I thought we did.
Nope, there was. I don't think there was an orb.
I don't think there was an orb. I
the-
think it was just a mask.
Yeah, there's the blue dragon mask and the one up in stone. Beyond that, there was the carpet of flying, a circular blast, and a ring of water walking.
You're right. It was. I was thinking of something different. I apologize.
It's all good. And a ball of metal bands that are all Bizarro.
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 Yes.
The king smiles and nods and says, "You've accomplished a great deal. This will certainly set the cultists back." Father Nitchusar coughs and says, "My king, if I may so boldly speak," and King nods, I would like to do some research on the mask. From my understanding, there is a way that they are combined together. And in doing so, this allows the cult much better potential in regards to their rituals. As I would like to see if we might be able to combine my knowledge with that of our technomancer to see if the artifacts are able to be located by using their own magical reverberance. And Rowan speaks up. I think what he's proposing is possible. Based on what we know of the weave, certainly, and given that it's an artifact, and he looks kind of very excited. I've been doing lots of work on artifacts, as you guys know. I do think also that if I remember correctly, you've reported on the cult and they currently have the red mask and the white mask, right?
That sounds correct. We have the black and the blue one.
So then the balance of everything would just depend on getting the
red?
green mask.
Oh, yes, the green one. What about the red one?
The red one is held by Severin, the leader of the Cult of the Dragon.
Ah,
A red mage with a red mask, go figure. No taste for fashion. Would you, and Nezra speaks up again, would you allow me to study the mask? Only a week or so, and we should be able to determine whether or not we can use it to attempt to detect the green mask. It's the only one that we haven't found any sort of information on where it could be.
I have taken this mask at the behest of His Majesty, and it is, as far as I am concerned, his purview. What say you, mighty king?
King looks like he's thinking pensively. So long as we can guarantee its return to the adventurers, they've earned this treasure while in service to the kingdom, which again is much appreciated. You all are making what would be my most terrifying hour slightly less frightening. But it is a worthwhile attempt. If we can control the majority of the masks, we may be able to avoid them, the cult coming into possession of them. Potentially prevent them from ever even be able to bring the ritual to fruition.
Bjorno's going to remove the mask and hand it to the Minister of Religion.
Sure. Hi, Father Nasir.
Nasir.
He bows and takes the mask and holds it, as reverently as you can hold a giant dragon head mask. The queen looks at you all. Is there anything else that you need to report?
Yes, demons and devils and dragons have incredible resiliences, natural immunities, and are rumored to only be slain by magic weapons. What people forget is they can all be choked to death.
You get a chuckle out of Nitsusar and the queen. The king looks confused, but smiles and laughs as other people begin chuckling.
No fight is a desperate fight if you understand the weaknesses of your enemies.
Are you in need of magical weaponry?
No, not at all. I'm trying to share with His Majesty is no matter how daunting the fight might seem, there is always a way if there is the will to do so.
We do not have any further missions for you quite yet, but I'd say after a week we should know where we will want to send you next. I would offer you gold, but it sounds like you have received much. Is there anything you would ask of me and my kingdom?
I am a simple man, and you know my pleasures.
Have you brought many women?
No, Your Majesty, the stacks.
Oh, the books.
Yes.
We will make sure that you have access to the library as well.
Bjorno is like turning purple, blushing.
Needs those big stacks. Those big stacks.
She's got huge stacks of land.
That tracks.
Very well. My guards will see you all out. Bjorno, the archives as still are fully open to you. We're glad to have you all in our service and our care. also your stays in the wherever you go in the city. As champions of the town, you and your party are welcome to any goods and services they can be billed to us. So please take care of yourselves and rest up. We will be needing your services again soon. And they all kind of bow at you.
Bimgog
We
makes
return
a,
the
a
gesture.
gentle bow.
Okay.
I bow, exit without saying a word.
You're escorted by 2 Kingsguard, who march you back out, and you're taken all the way outside of the palace.
Dave, as we're leaving,
Sure.
like the party will clearly see Bimgog fiddling with rope on his waist, and he wraps it around his hands, and he's just trying. You see him like throwing it in the air and trying to pull it tight, and he's like, "I'm gonna choke a dragon, just like Bjorno's gonna teach me how to do." Like, that's all he's doing as he's walking out.
Okay. That's yeah. You managed to do that. Sometimes you get the rope right next to Bjorno's feet, but you don't trip him up or shoot him in the back or anything.
Such a sad thing. Hundreds of hit points, and yet only a couple dozen points of constitution. Troublesome.
Broduk, you come out. You arrive at the palace just as they all are leaving.
Hi. You still
It's
wait
just-
to see big people?
Oh no, we're done with that now.
Oh, okay. I'm
Did you
going
find
in.
her?
No, but she's Royal Barber, so I came here to see Royal and find her.
Let us ask one of the ministers. Let's ask around before we go hunting and searching. We do
I was just
Dave.
gonna ask this guy, and I point to one of the guards.
Oh, he'll do.
Okay, there's a town guard. Sorry, there's a King's Guard and a Grey Maiden. Which one do you ask?
I thought you mentioned Grey Maiden, so I'm gonna look at the woman. Hi, I'm looking for a me.
A me?
She's Barber.
Ah, Queen's Barber.
Do you have pink hair?
I haven't seen her for a day or so. I know she was in she was talking about potentially seeing what more she could do to aid the war effort, but I told her she's not really a fighter, just to stay out of it. Keep doing what she does.
Is there a place in Castle where she cut hair?
Not that I can disclose. Security.
Me champion.
Still security.
Brooke's
Do you
face
have
is
any
slowly
business
dropping into anger. Everyone
have any
recognizes
business
Broduk's
in the
angry
palace?
face. Yes, find a me.
Okay. I can certainly send a messenger inside, and that if she is there, and ask her to find you.
I wait
I
here.
think I know where she is, Broduk.
Oh, let go.
Broduk, I think I know where she might be.
Let's go.
Alexandra,
Yeah.
where are the dead taken so they may be groomed before their final burial?
Knowledge.
History, I guess.
Knowledge history.
Like I'm trying to remember
You
where
have
in the town
advantage.
that
Well,
is.
I mean, you don't need it. There is a catacomb, which does have a burial preparation area.
Whoa, shouldn't we like maybe check the hospital first? Like before you just assume she's dead?
I don't know. I'm not assuming she's dead. I'm assuming that she's a patriot and she is adorning her fellow citizens for their passage.
Oh, well we could always go back to the tent and see if she's there. Isn't Hildy over there? Maybe Hildy's working with her right now.
We can check there first.
You guys want to go back to the battle site?
Yeah, because she lived near there, right? Like she lives in
couple
that
minutes
part
away.
of town. So
not too
yeah,
far.
if she's helping out, she'd be there.
Okay.
Okay.
You guys want to head back?
Sure.
Yeah,
Okay.
And we'll-
Hildy,
yeah.
you have spent the last 20-30 minutes doing some triage, which has significantly sped up with you arriving. There are priests, there are paladins in town, but none of them quite have that intrinsic knowledge of where to apply. And you're gaining a fair bit of a reputation as a healer again in town. I'd like you to roll me 3 medicine checks.
All right.
Crushed it.
Okay.
She is truly in her element, elbows deep
Yeah.
in other people's blood.
So you
Soul of the giant.
you're brought in and you're basically at first you start out you're ordering people, I want them brought into this tent, I want them brought into this. You start telling surgeons who are currently working on suturing up wounds that are too grievous for even magic to touch quite yet, where they should be healing. It's when a man is coughing blood that you realize that there is a bigger issue at hand, and you start noticing symptoms of a toxin. That it could be easily remedied with a simple herbal mixture. As the healers have been panicking, trying to figure out why people are bleeding out so fast.
It's not lupus.
With your final roll, since you knocked them all out of the park, you put the tincture together, and you hand it to a pink-haired girl who says, "Oh, Hildy, it's good to see you again."
Oh, hello. I believe Brodock has been looking for what to look for you.
Oh, I heard the combat and barbers. We patched things up, so the old surgeon, as they called us.
It's true. We are very helpful. You have a good soul.
Thank you. What did you guys find any success out there?
We were very successful, and Brodock was very much a hero. He helped several of our friends get out of big pickles and jams.
He's a bit of a hero, isn't he?
Yes. And I think he's a little sweet on you.
She's blushing like crazy. I should focus on these. You think so?
I am very convinced.
Okay, I'll take your word on it. Here, and she hands you some bandages to take care of someone.
Thank you.
Around this time, the party makes it to the battlefield. Brodock, you see Amy, me, and Hildy covered in blood walk out of the tent.
Hi, me.
Hi, Brodock. I heard you were looking for me.
I went all over. I went to your house. I went to the tavern, and then I went to the castle. I almost had to beat up Gray Woman, but
The Grey
then I come here.
Maidens?
Yeah, there was just one of them though. I could have taken all of them.
No, you could have. You're so strong.
I heard you want to become one.
I just want to do more to help the city.
I teach you.
Maybe-
You become big, strong like me.
You're gonna teach me to fight?
Female bugbears are biggest big bears.
I'm no bugbear. Just a girl from a town.
But you
All I do
strong.
is cut hair. I'm just really good at it.
What was Bjorn? You have Heart of Rune.
Okay. I'll try to learn. That sounds fun.
You already got blood all over you halfway there.
I was just helping people. That's all.
Just like me, it points down to like all the dragon blood he's covered in.
Yeah, we match.
We do. This is nice. I like that.
If it wasn't in poor taste, we could go to a gala like this.
Good food.
Why don't we go back to the tavern and I'll get you cleaned up?
Is everyone all fixed up here?
I mean, there's not much more we can do at this point. Hildy really was the savior here. She literally walked in and saw something none of us could figure out, and put a couple herbs down, and I don't know how many people owe her their lives at this point.
She's good at making bad things feel better.
Life flows from her like a river.
Watch out for your knuckles, though. She'll slap them really hard.
I had a teacher. She once wore this all black outfit and a black shawl over her head. She always came after our knuckles with the rulers when we talked out of place.
It's worst.
So, I'm glad you're okay, though. That was my big concern. I was afraid the dragon came and they told us that I overheard in the palace that the sloop didn't make it back, and I was worried that it got you all.
There was dragon here?
A big one, a blue one.
There was giant blue one that we fought.
The
size of a mountain.
It was huge. Yeah, basically. I don't even know how we held it off. I know a lot of magic was used, and
there may have been some pieces of its face missing. I look over at Broduk.
Yeah, we chopped it. We chopped it good.
Oh, you be careful. Don't fight dragons if you can avoid it. They're dangerous.
Don't tell no one, but I did try run.
You getting hurt. Okay, well, I need to get the blood off of me, Broduk.
Okay.
I'm gonna go take a bath.
Bye, me.
Bye, Broduk. And she takes off. Well,
So giant blue dragon came here and attacked town after we beat it up and ran away. Like look over.
Yeah, what
the
it sounds
guys.
like.
So it sounds.
We will remove its horn and add it to your weaponry.
It is
This is the way of the Rune Knight.
It is a tragedy that the sloop did not make it back. I had hoped when it wasn't there outside the tomb that they had ran, but it sounds less than likely. So maybe it is time to go back and clean up and take a well-deserved rest.
Bartholomew said that there'll be cheap drinks tonight because of the attack.
Oh yeah.
I am ready for a drink.
Let's go, everybody.
Montage to the bar. You all walk through town. Pretty much everywhere you go, people are moving out of your way. You hear people call each of your names at any given time. Bimgog, some kids run up to you and they're wearing goblin masks. Like, oh my god, it's Bimgog! It's Bimgog!
Hey everybody! Hey, we can play like Adventures in the Dragon if you want. and you guys can be the dragon, or I can be the adventurer, I can be the dragon, like, but we can work it out. And Bimgog goes and tries to grab like some sticks and starts chasing after the kids, going like, "Wow!"
They all start running. Ah, the dragon's coming for us!
Look, more
out,
minions.
The black dragon! It's gonna spit on us!
Little minions.
Bimgog's he's running around like he's not even paying attention to the party right now. He's kind of running off the kids for a while.
Bjorno and Hildy, you guys that literally have flowers being thrown at you. Alex, you see a couple of wizards even who are like working on different things around the town to repair them. Stop their work and give a polite nod. And you guys make it back to the bar.
Back, Bartholomew.
Hey, adventurers, welcome back.
I
It
need
is
your
good to be back.
biggest drink that you have.
For you?
Aren't you still trying to be dry, Alexandra, with the blood testy thing?
I think we can all look at my face and agree I deserve a drink.
Alas, what happened to you?
Well, I became a gold dragon. No big deal.
That's not a dragon. That's a kobold.
I'm a gold dragon. I need a big drink, please.
I believe you are supposed to abstain from drinking, Alexandra. You gave your word.
Well, how many people are in the bar right now? Like around us?
There's a good number.
Okay. Well, I'm not so sure that, we should really be devoting our resources to blood magic when we have so much other things going on. I feel like, postponing a week won't be the worst thing in the world.
But it's
Couldn't
what the
agree
Queen
more or
asked you to do.
less. Here's a glass of whiskey. Here's a glass of vodka. And here's a glass of lager.
I start shooting them before Bjorno can stop me.
You get one bourbon, one shot, and one beer.
You're my best friend.
You're my best friend too, little lady. Now, what'd you all find out there? What can old Bartholomew help you with? He yells, Vicky! The half-orc woman comes out. Yeah? Mind the bar. I'm drinking. He ushers you all over to a corner
Something
table.
tall, dark, and malty for me, please.
Brings you over a tall, dark, and malty beer with a shot of whiskey and a shot of vodka.
Fair. Bjorna will pound them.
We find lots of
Before I-
treasure.
Yep. Before I can sit down and drink, I need to get the blood off of me and change my clothes. I will
idea.
join you later.
He snaps his fingers and magic starts flowing off of his hand and going down your clothes, and you watch as all the blood disappears.
Thank you very much.
Actually, you're all quite a mess. It just prestidigitates all of you.
No!
I hope you smell like flowers.
Fine.
The baths are there because I normally don't have anything left in reserves from everything, but when the fighting broke out, I decided to save everything, and then they handled it all, so...
Bjorno is going to remove his breastplate and his bands and just place them on the ground.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah. He's sexy. On top of that, though, you're going to notice just the sheer outrageous number of wounds this man has taken, the amount of scars all over him. It's improbable, the consequences of a life of an adventurer, of being magically healed and having all those crazy supernatural resistances and close calls. And I mean, you almost end up looking like Frankenstein's monster from all the slashes and healings.
You look like you've been through a blender.
It is the life of a rune knight to give one's body in service to their ideals.
Better man than me.
Such life has its costs. Another beer. I do not wish to dwell on such things.
Vicky! Vicky brings over another tall, dark stout.
Yeah, Bjorno pounds it.
So, what news have you heard?
Just, the giant blue dragon that knows where we all live now.
They
Mostly.
faced it off from what I hear.
Theoretically, sure, but it'll be back, maybe.
When it returns, my
big.
brother and
It
I
was
will
so
claim its
big.
horn.
Alex, you seem stressed. Other than the fact that your face is covered in a gold mask that can't be comfortable to wear. Why don't you take it off?
No, I think I'll keep it on. It actually has some benefits. It's not such a bad thing. Even if it is a kobold mask, being a gold dragon's kobold is pretty freaking cool. So I'm gonna roll with it for a bit.
Whatever
Get
makes you
cursed.
feel more in tune with your magic.
The what?
Whatever makes you feel more in tune with your magic.
Yeah, so about the magic, we're like in a corner booth, right? Like we're in a
Yeah.
kind of semi-private area.
Yeah, he pulls a curtain around.
Oh gosh, I really wanted to talk to Bimgog about this, but you guys, you remember when Bimgog was like, we were intimidating that cult guy, and Bimgog's like, it runs all the way to the top. Like, I'm pretty sure he was right. And it does, and we're just not actually part of it.
What are you talking about, lass?
No, see, you know what? I think you're right. I really should, maybe reconsider some of my drinking. I think I'm gonna go outside and play with Bimgog. Actually, it's a little crowded in here, and Alex will try to I imagine her being in the center of a corner booth, trying to shuffle past
Kind of
everyone,
slink under the table.
and she's like, I'm just gonna grab a couple of these breadsticks, and
Okay, you skitter out of the booth.
That weird.
Bartholomew looks perplexed, but doesn't stop you.
That weird.
Is she okay?
Most likely not.
She
That was
cursed.
definitely a cursed mask. I could only do enough to assuage the greed, but I don't know about the rest of it.
Her face has been malformed by it. It broke her bones to shape it like its visage. It is a terrible fate.
Ugh.
I don't know what itch she's talking about. Do you know? There's a lot of its in this world that we've been.
I've traveled quite a bit, but I've never heard of that, unfortunately. Most magic items, most cursed items, from what I understand, it's give and take. It's like old blood magic. Takes a bit of your soul, but gives you power in exchange.
I just give sweat and get strong.
That
She
is
might
also
be-
important.
She might be losing a bit of herself in the mask. I'm sure she'll find a way out of it. You all always do.
Should I rip it off?
No, that will cause her face to rip off and she will likely die.
He'll
I
defix
can
it.
only maybe that she won't die, but she might lose her face. And that is a rough thing to have happen to one.
We get
Then she
simple
will have
mask.
to wear a mask for the rest of her life. Just a different one.
She's already going to wear one, right?
Just a different one. So then you fix
Fine.
nothing.
I don't know about that. I don't care.
Okay.
Mutton.
Vicky!
Yeah,
Mutton!
It's mutton
Mutton's
time.
brought over to you.
Oh, it's
So-
mutton time.
Now, I did hear some interesting rumors that you all might be interested in learning about.
Oh?
Yes.
The two things worth knowing. The Queen is pushing hard to ramp up military action around the city.
Mm.
She's been recruiting for the Grey Maidens. We've always had a King's Guard. Queen's Guard seems an interesting addition, but they've done good work. But worth keeping an eye on.
Mhm.
The other thing I heard, and it kind of leans in a little bit further, I heard a rumor that the Queen is having the catacombs excavated, and that she's searching for another powerful artifact. Something to do with souls.
Oh. That is scary work.
They're keeping
Souls.
the catacombs locked up, and they're not letting anyone in. But we do occasionally see carts come out full of dirt, stone.
Telltale signs of an excavation.
Yes.
Soul magic is often attributed to necromancy, an art that is sometimes found quite to be distasteful, especially when it deals with the undead. Although not all necromantic magic has anything to do with undead. Life is
What?
energy.
Agreed. It is interesting how those things intertwine, life and death. But just thought you all might be interested in such things. As the Minister of Commerce, I do get my ear a little bit lower to the ground than most. Bit of a
We
halfling
thank you.
joke. But I'll be heading off. You lot enjoy yourselves. Rooms are still on the house. And if there's anything that you all need for Alex, you let me know.
I thank you very much.
We shall. Thank you for your kind hosting.
Of course. Let's take a quick 5-minute break.
Right.
All right, welcome back. I am not dead, so we can continue. The rest of your guys' night is uneventful. Alex, I imagine you eventually go back from wandering the streets.
Oh, yeah, and I was just trying to find Bimgod.
If you did walk outside, what you would see eventually would be a what seems to be a very small blue dragon getting its ass beat by a bunch of kids that are beating him with sticks. And you just hear, "Oh, you're killing me! Oh, you took me down!" And eventually you see something that's moves super quick, as if like somebody got out of dodge, and you see a goblin walking up. Bimgog walks up to the kids. "You guys did it! You defeated the dragon!" And he gives them a bunch of high fives.
I start clapping for the children as well.
Bimgog, gain a luck point.
Yay! Thank you.
All right, you find him. He's there.
Hey, Bimgog. Hey, can I talk to you about something for a second?
Yeah. What's up?
I'll lead him over to like a side of the street where like no one's really around and like make sure like no one's looking. Like, remember remember when we were like threatening that cultist and you said it goes all the way to the top because like we were trying to like pretend to be cool or whatever?
Yeah.
Okay, so like I think maybe you might have been completely correct about that without knowing that you were completely correct about that.
What do you mean?
Well, I'm pretty sure it does go straight to the top here. Like think about it. Like people, like cultists have been able to infiltrate. Like they knew where the city was exactly. Like they're like, I don't know. I'm also kind of like worried about like what they're doing with my blood because like I had these letters that we found in that cave that one time, and they're working with like red wizards, and like blood is red, and like the queen is doing a lot of strange things that don't really add up given the history of our city. And I think it's a giant conspiracy, and the cult is somehow pulling strings here.
Bimgog looks down for a second, and then looks at you directly. You could see his eyes through the mask. Have you considered talking to Mima about it? Like, because like, I don't think you're wrong. There has to be some way that they're getting into the city, but like, if that's the case, then a whole lot of people are in a really, really bad spot right about now. And I don't know if it goes that far because otherwise they wouldn't have repelled the dragon in the first place. So the question is that, do you think there's other stuff you might be able to learn? Like, does Mima maybe know some stuff?
I mean, like, I can ask her. Do you want to come talk to her with me? Because like last time I talked to her, like she said it was weird, like some of the changes that the queen was doing, like they're wanting to write the stories down. And honestly, if you think about it, that dragon was like the size of half this town, like by itself. And like, do you think it would have just like left if it wasn't like told to leave? And why would they tell it to leave? Unless there's, I don't know. Will you come talk to Grandma with me too?
Sure.
Okay. What time is it right now in the game, by the way?
It's later in the evening.
Yeah, you
Okay.
shouldn't go by yourself anyways.
Yeah, we should go tomorrow.
I mean, we can go now, but I'm just saying, like, you just shouldn't go by yourself because
To
you
talk to
know
my
it's
grandma?
the whole like.
Wait, what's
Well,
wrong
no,
with my
anywhere.
grandma?
Well, you kind of
Oh.
just said that if you think it goes to the top, and you think that there's that many agents that could potentially be in the city, and they are seemingly potentially doing things against you, then it begs the reason that you shouldn't go anywhere by yourself, anywhere in this city. Because
That's smart.
you know,
See, this is why I wanted to talk to you about it. Those other guys didn't even know what I was talking about.
well, I mean, that might be because you've made some impulsive decisions as of late. And he just kind of looks at your face, and you know, it's kind of caused some changes in you. I'm not saying that it's bad to sometimes have a little bit of greed, I guess, but you've had a go recently, and they might be a little bit concerned. That's all.
Alex just stares at him with like her golden cobalt face. And he's like, I don't understand. I'm still the same person you met them, guy.
Uh-huh. Well, you have the same heart, and that's what really matters. Just a little bit more of a snout.
Okay, well then walk me back home then.
Okay.
Because Bjorna was judging me for drinking, and she'll pull out her never-ending flask that she never actually got rid of and start drinking it as she walks down the road.
And Alex, although I sit there and I would tell you that, like, for the most part, it's a good thing to like try to give people second chances and listen to them. Like, you also have to follow your gut. Like, if somebody asks for your blood and you don't really want to give them your blood, then I would say don't give them your blood.
Yeah, I decided
The
I'm not
more
going to
you
give
know.
them. I decided I'm not really going to give them my blood. So the best way to do that is just to keep drinking.
I guess if you're just trying to obscure it, we could
Well,
just
then
tell
they
them.
can't use it even if like they kidnap me and try to take it by force.
Yeah. You
Long-
can stop
long-term
whenever you
plans.
want. It's not like you have a problem.
Exactly.
Let's
It's
go
been
to
a
Mima.
long day.
Let's go to Mima.
Okay. You guys walk to meet to Alex's mother's house. The lights are on. There's smoke coming out of the chimney.
I brought Bimgog back.
Alex? What? Is that you?
Yeah. I'm
What?
Hyperion's kobold now. Sup?
Okay. I'm that's a thing. Okay. Do you need help?
I'm gonna go talk to Grandma.
That seems like a
But
good idea.
Bimgog's gonna come with me.
Okay.
And then she'll just like shovel past her mom,
She'll
like
let you in. She'll hand you a bowl off the counter. And it's got some fresh fruits in it and some
Ooh.
flowers that Grandma liked.
wonderful.
Bimgog very quietly to her mom goes, "Cursed mask!
Her eyes go wide.
It's partially halfway kind of better, but you know." And he makes a little like,
Alex, you hear him at this point.
yeah.
I'm just walking straight back to my grandma. I just walk away.
Bimgog
Okay.
eventually hurries and tries to catch up.
Okay, you guys make it back to the back garden.
All right, so I'll sit down and I'll start the ceremony, and get the tea going and stuff, and I'll set out an extra little cup for Bimgog.
Okay. You start the ceremony. You put the flowers out and everything. Bimgog, you watch as the flowers suddenly lift, and in front of you, all of a sudden, is an old lady. My dear, what are you doing? What is that on your face?
It's a gold
Take it
dragon mask. Well, I
Take it off.
but I kind of like it. Hildy fixed it. Like, it's not awful.
Roll a bluff check.
Cursed mask! Cursed mask!
At disadvantage.
Yeah,
That's true. It is
It's
my
your grandma,
grandmother.
Sorry.
Well, you got a narc next to you also, so I mean.
I was
I love you no matter what you do.
okay. Well, I was
Yourself.
gonna ask Hyperion if he thought it would be rude or not to wear a gold dragon mask while we're collecting all the other dragon masks. There's gonna be like an homage thing. I'll ask Hyperion about it. If he thinks it's weird, I'll take it off.
That's not a dragon mask, dear. That's a kobold.
I know, but kobolds work for dragons, and I thought it'd be sweet, and I just want him to like me.
Hyperion loves you, sweet. He loves everyone in our family life.
Anyway, so I wanted to kind of talk to you about, well, I think there might be like more conspiracies going on in the city, and then I don't know if you could like give us, I don't know, what are we asking for, Bimgog?
I think you just need some guidance. Like, if they're asking you to write down your stories that you're not supposed to write down, or like give your blood over to people, or that
Blood
you
and
know.
stories.
Well, remember when we talked about the stories, Grandma, and you said that it's a silly idea, and I told you it's a silly idea. And well, they also want my blood. And honestly, Bimgog, I think we should get that sword back that has Sprocket's soul in it, because if like they're doing stuff with souls, I don't know if I want Sprocket wrapped up in that.
Bimgog immediately like gets really, really amped up. Like you can just see him really get like math was just done and he is not happy.
They want your blood? What would they want your blood for, precious
Well,
child?
remember that work that I was doing with that other wizard, and we were kind of like researching the family trees and stuff and doing like the paperwork
Yes.
side. They're trying to skip all that and just studying blood, which is a little weird, but like so they want to like study my lineage through my blood. So like they want my blood, and that's why I had to stop drinking for a while, which is why I'm definitely drinking now, just in case they like kidnap me and try to force me to give up my blood, and then it'll be tainted.
Okay. She looks over at Bimgog. Also, by the way, Alex, Grandma's never shown up for anyone else. She looks over at Bimgog. So there's this hospital where they take crazy people, and it might be nice to take my granddaughter and just maybe. Oh, who am I kidding? She's an old lot. We're all crazy.
Well,
Grandmother, I'm not crazy. There's crazy things happening. There is a difference.
Mima, can I ask you a question?
Yes, child.
Do you think, I don't want to jump to conclusions, and I know that Alex has been through a lot recently, but, do you think that a conspiracy is like a possibility? Like, I mean, you've kind of like, been kind of an anchor point staple of this town for like a billion gajillion years, and I'm just hoping that maybe you could give us some sort of guidance, because I don't want to really believe the things that Alex was saying, but I gotta be honest with you, some of it's not exactly making me feel calm.
Well, dear, I never got involved in politics. It was never needed in my day. The city has come a long way since I was the keeper of tales, keeper of stories. And she looks around. Something is different, though. Not just in the city. Somebody's been here.
Here, like in your shrine.
Yes.
I start looking at all the little trinkets on her shrine, because most of them would have been left for me by me, and I start doing inventory to see if anything was taken.
Okay. There is one thing missing.
What is it?
There's a deck of cards missing.
This is fine. Everything is fine. She leans over. Alex leans over to Bimgog and whispers, "Everything is not fine." Oh boy, Fiona's going to be so mad at me.
Dave, is there any others? All right, so obviously in this garden area, I'd be able to tell my own footprints and Alex's footprints, and probably her mom's footprints, because I'm assuming I can, judge that. Can I look for any other footprints that might be present out here?
Yes, give me a survival check.
All right. I will add luck to that, please.
Okay.
Thank you, Twitch people, because that is much better. There we go.
Yeah, the dice inspo.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Yeah, you do notice there are 2 or 3 sets of boot prints. Humanoid, probably human. And it looks like they go around a couple of the graves, and then they stop at this one, and it looks like one of them actually gets close enough to the grave to have taken something, and then they all leave.
I mentioned this to Alex, and then I say,
we may want to talk to your mom, because she might have saw whoever was here. I mean, usually the easiest answer is the one you should probably go with.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Mima, I really hope that we can try to figure this out a little bit, and I'll try to fix the problem with Alex. But
not a problem.
Yeah, it's not a problem.
No.
And Bimgog leans over to the apparition and says,
It's a problem.
"No."
Um, is there anything you think we should look out for that might feel different? Or just the thing, because I mean, I don't know how this really works.
It's all a world beyond my little square. And at the end of the day, all we are stories. And she fades and disappears into her grave.
Well, we should probably go talk to your mom, and then we should
Yeah.
go find the others, and then we should go get Sprocket.
Do
That
we
seems-
have to tell the others?
I think we should.
Okay. And then, yeah, we should definitely go get Sprocket and probably hijack that blue mask back. I'm sorry I didn't say anything sooner. It was just really awkward, and it would have been weird to say that all in front of the queen.
So I want to be clear. This is going to be real hard, because that's a castle, and they're basically under siege mortality, or whatever the words are. Because you know what I mean. They're making plans to deal with the blue dragon that was seemingly attacking them, and they're holed up real good with a whole lot of guards. And as soon as we go and take something back, they might be angry, or whoever is potentially a problem is going to be a big problem.
Well,
So
then
definitely
we
should tell
do.
the others.
Then we take it back in the middle of another problem happening so that they're distracted by that problem and they don't see this problem. We'll figure out at some point. We should get Sprocket back. Let's go
Let's-
talk to my mom. I need cookies.
Let's go talk to your mom, and then let's go get the others because I need them to weigh in.
Okay.
I'm not smart enough to make plans like this.
This is a lot. Alex will
Bing
go
Bong, roll me a
inside.
perception check. And okay, you smell cookies.
Oh, cookies are being baked right now.
Cookies.
I don't know. Are they baked? Are they done? Are they out?
Well,
Let's
if you
find
can
out.
smell them, that means that they're pretty much done. So yes.
Let's go get.
Mom.
She leans out. Yes.
Are those cookies done?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. And then I don't suppose in the last like day or so you've seen anybody out walking in the gardens, have you?
I not back here, no. But I mean,
Has-
when the siege happened, I kind of ran into the interior city.
Has anybody like come by and asked you any weird questions as of late?
Looks
Anyone
like she's-
new? A salesperson that doesn't belong because we don't have salespeople here?
Nobody knew. Bartholomew stopped by.
Oh well,
Paid
Bartholomew's
respects.
cool. He's my bestie. That's fine.
A good man.
So nothing else out of weird place happened lately.
No, is everything okay?
No, the city's on fire. Everything's terrible, and we'll just leave it at that.
It's a new experience for all of us, dear.
Can we have cookies?
You can have cookies. I make them for you.
Yay!
Cookies.
They are lemon meringue cookies.
Oh,
They're
snap! Fancy.
delicious. Okay,
Can we
what do you
take
guys
it?
do?
I'll take some back for the party too.
Okay.
Before we leave, Bimgog takes one of the cookies, and you see him run out to the garden really quick, and he puts it on Mima's altar, and then he gives a little bow, and then he runs back to go and head back to the party, head
Okay.
back to Alex.
All right, you guys leave with a bunch of cookies.
And we'll head back to the tavern.
You get to the tavern. It's been about an hour or two. Rest of the party. What did you guys end up doing after they left?
Drinking games.
Okay, you come back and Bjorno and Hildy are in a very competitive match of flip mug. Go ahead and
Oh.
give me a dexterity roll by both of you. Unless you had something to add there, Hildy.
Oh, no, I would say that very soon we would be downgrading to you drink as the game.
Well, it does become a quick game of you drink as Bjorno puts them away, and you end up drinking a whole row's worth. But
Rodok
the
is
two,
really good at you drink.
Brooke's really good at
Bjorno.
meat drink.
and yeah, it seems like the bar is having a raucous time. Bartholomew is walking around. The patrons are happy, and in an air of uneasy tension. You know, the bar is a respite. It's a comfortable, happy place. To which you
Bjorno has
walk in.
drank so much he has forgotten common and is now just talking in giant and eventually singing in giant.
Wade, can we get some Viking tunes?
Sure. Give me a second. Continue on while I do this quick search.
Hildy, I'm guessing you're joining in as well.
Well, I guess you could say that I sort of joined, but it's more like going, oh, this is the way he gets. Sort of steering him in certain directions. Making sure he
Mr.
doesn't-
Bjorno.
Oh, yeah, Mr. Bjorno. Making sure he doesn't stomp on little people and go, hey.
Alex and Bimgog, you come back and you see the two of them dancing essentially with their drunken merriment. Broduk, me showed up about 30 minutes ago.
Hi, me.
Hi, Broduk. Do you want a drink?
Yeah, I pushed my mug over to her.
She takes it and starts drinking from it. Her little hands like barely fit it.
I'll basically just hang out with me and introduce her to everybody if they haven't met her yet. And
Bjorno's gonna come over and grab Broduk around the shoulders. Brother, I say in giant.
I return, brother. This is me.
He smiles and waves and gives a little bow, and the armor is hard. The flesh is harder. The soul is invulnerable.
Steel skin.
It sounds like the riddle of steel.
Soul.
Hildy comes in. We are going to keep dancing. You guys go talk.
Thanks.
Bye.
Yes.
So, Broduk, do you think it's going to be dangerous to stay in the city?
City's weak place, where a bunch of weak people come together to be strong.
So, I should stay here?
Until you get trained up, and then you come with me.
You think I could be an adventurer?
You need more muscle.
Well, I always worked out. I just never got very strong. Spent all my time working with my hands.
Needs armor, I say, and I'm gonna put my armor on me. The breastplate, arms up, and he's gonna sit it
Sticks
over.
him up.
Yeah.
It engulfs her, like her top of her head's barely poking out of it.
Yes. This is good.
She puts her hands on the table.
That
Actually,
good.
I have to roll a strength check for that.
That good for people who not have steel skin like me and little brother.
Falls back into the chair. I'm a knight.
I like reach over and I'll pull it off of her.
You pull it off of her, and she ends up falling against you. Her arm across your chest, and then she quickly, corrects herself. And so you're gonna stay then, Broduk? You're gonna stay for a while?
Until we get told to go where we go next.
Oh, so you're still working for the crown?
I think Bjorno is like head knight for Crown now. and they ask us to go do things.
We're glad that you're here.
It's weird to be in
Dragons.
city. I don't understand city that good.
Big, long spines. And they break! They break over my knee! All this in
Bimgog,
giant-
I think we should definitely tell them everything now while Bjorno's in a good mood and he doesn't yell at me about losing that deck of cards.
Splinters turn to dust! The
Really?
giant fist!
Pretty much half hugging, sort of pushing him away. I guess it's true, darling.
I always find that terrible news goes down easier when everyone is smashed. So this is the best time to do it, Bimgog.
Okay.
Ami will be. Hi, Alex.
Hi, Ami. How are
so
you?
glad to see you.
I'm glad you're
good.
not dead.
I'm glad I'm not dead too.
Me too.
Broduk's
Oh, the
gonna teach me
magic.
to be a knight.
From the
That's
horns.
awesome. I
The
hear it's
horns are where they
touching.
keep their spells.
I know how to train minions to be good, so I train you to be even better than minion.
Okay.
Hey everybody! I've got a toast that I want to give. That's really gonna be led by Alex, and Alex, it's probably gonna be really long and really information filled. So make it super exciting, but also, make sure that they hear it. Go and begin the toast.
The music stops and everyone in the bar turns.
Bjorno puts his arm around Hildy and fills a little bit of her glass with his glass and gets ready to toast.
Music cuts out.
His undivided attention on her.
Sorry.
Alex doesn't even have a drink in her hand. She quickly pulls out her flask, holds it up. I'm gonna toast to this wonderful city and all of these wonderful people, and I need you to see my 5 friends over there. Thank you, everyone. Have a great night.
To the city!
Hey!
All drinks on Alex's tab tonight. Okay, now I'm gonna try to get my
Oh,
friends.
nuts.
In the commotion, I'm gonna try to get everyone to like shuffle over to a
And
side
when-
area.
And when Hildy, my maul is finished, it will be a rainbow of death,
Oh,
each colored horn rippling with the
Oh.
magical enemies of my conquered foes.
God damn it.
I understand,
Bimgog,
Bjorn.
we missed the happy Bjorno, and now we're in the murder death Bjorno. I'm nervous now.
No, you're fine. You just gotta speak. You gotta speak from the heart, and just get it out there.
A red horn makes fire. A blue makes lightning. A
Emil,
white makes
Emil.
gold.
Have
That
you
is
ever
very
been to
true,
the
Bjorno.
Blood Murder Food War?
Oh, boy.
No.
We do that
You go
later.
Talk with your friends.
Faces
Huh?
of death.
You can come too, I guess, and me. You're fine.
She comes over. Bartholomew is already over there waiting
Yeah.
for you all. If it's important enough for you lot, then I'm sure I want to know.
I mean, I guess you're gonna become a knight and join us anyway. So this is like trial by fire. This is your initiation now, I guess.
The red
okay, you
horn
guys,
makes fire.
I'm pretty sure this entire city has occult conspiracy happening at levels that we did not previously perceive before. And also, I lost a very valuable deck of cards that I'm hoping Bjorno will forget about that I said that. And then also, my grandmother is concerned about people wanting my blood. So I'm not going
What?
to do that anymore.
You lost what?
Huh?
Hey, Bjorno! Bjorno!
No, don't worry
Wait,
about
Bjorno!
that.
Bjorno, we
There's
got a
conspiracy.
toast!
There's a
We got a toast,
conspiracy.
Bjorno!
Okay, no, there's a conspiracy in the town where I'm pretty sure that the queen is, whether knowingly or not, I don't think she's knowingly doing it. That would be pretty messed up, and I don't want to believe that. So she might be unknowingly, but I'm pretty sure she's being puppeted by the cult to like make things so that the cult can take over our town and take over all of our technology and all of our advances that we've had and like take over the world with it. And everyone needs to keep their eyes out open to keep an eye out for anything
Turn
suspicious.
the pages back a chapter or two.
They're
So
gonna
the
take
portler-
Sprocket's soul out of the sword. I think
You
they're gonna
lost
do something
the
terrible.
Cards.
We have to get Sprocket back.
Yeah, we gotta get Sprocket back. It's important. They're doing
Where-
something with his soul.
Are the cards, Alex? I say in giant.
Well, one of them is on my head, so we know where that one is.
What card?
Yeah, it is a lot of brouhaha
She's wearing like
over
a
playing
pretty like singlet.
I have
she
pepperoni
never
purse.
had
I can go get more
before.
card.
Yes. I mean, it's very rude to take offerings from a gravesite.
Bimgog. What has
Was your
she done?
grandmother a gambler?
Oh,
I mentioned in giant.
I was able to determine that there was some humanoid folk that had visited the tomb, and Alex was able to determine that the cards were missing, and but regardless, we don't know who they are, and her mom didn't see anybody because of the dragon attack. So, I mean, I could do a little bit of math here and make some pretty broad assumptions that all really are terrible. But that said, if Alex is right, they still have Sprocket and a sword, and I would very much like to make sure that we have Sprocket and a sword, even though he's not out of the sword. But that's better than, them grinding up his soul into powder.
I feel like everyone talk about three things at the same time. I not understand.
I
Which
get
one?
everything but the card thing.
Broduk, or
The
Bjorno,
important
you
part is
understand?
We need to get Sprocket back, and we need to keep an eye out for weird stuff in the city because there's a conspiracy afoot. And if we find the conspiracy, then we find the cards, and Bjorno won't murder me in my sleep.
Bartholomew speaks up. Why don't you all, regarding what you think is going on in the city,
I not
like
know
something
what's
you should
happening.
You should talk about in a place that is not full of other people.
Well, that's why I got them all drunk and loud.
That doesn't mean they don't listen.
This
I'm a
is why.
bartender. I overhear everything.
Well, yeah, that's why that's why we already involved you in the conversation.
There
I
can't
knew
be
this.
that many people that speak giant here, are there?
I drunk loud and not
Speaks
understand.
it, she speaks it. He speaks it. That couple over there speaks it.
God, we should be speaking in something better.
Something better.
Yeah,
I immediately switched into goblin.
I don't know why you guys haven't learned Goblin yet. I know Broda can speak with me.
Yeah, it's so I could call my minions.
Oh my God, I hate you
This is
so much.
this is minion
sometimes.
language. So I can give order. This is give order language.
We gotta go get Sprocket, Broda.
Let us-
Okay, and I
let's go
stand
get-
up.
Let's go get Sprocket. Now I'm nervous. I'm concerned. We ruined everything. We gotta go get Sprocket.
Where is he?
He's in a sword in the tower.
Oh,
I'll
he
get
dead
him.
person.
No, he's not dead. He's in a sword in a tower. That is not dead.
I usually put sword into person, not person into sword.
It
Well-
gets confusing the other way around, but see,
Let-
not dead.
Let us go up to one of our rooms and make a plan. Instead
Okay.
of running around half cranked.
To the Bjorno chamber. I'll take everybody up to Bjorno's room. Bjorno begins painting his armor.
Ami, do you know Giant?
I don't.
Oh,
I don't really follow everything. I think, however, I'm going to go to bed.
okay. Bye, me.
Bye, product.
Goodbye, me.
She heads out.
I not understand what going on now. We not like Queen no more?
Hey, Bimgog, can you send Alice with me and make sure she gets home okay?
Yeah, I could try, yeah.
Alex, you feel a flutter in your bag.
Oh, that's right. I have a dragon. I pull out my little paper dragon. Hey, little guy. I'm so sorry. There was a lot of fire and I didn't want you to burn. Can you go follow with me and make sure she gets safe? Okay.
Takes off, goes out the window.
Yay.
Where are the fucking cards, Alex?
Don't know. I gave them to my grandmother because that was
What
the safest place
cards?
I can think of.
There are a magic set of cards. They are very dangerous. I tried to rid ourselves of it several times, and it failed each time
How
because
cards
the party
dangerous?
coveted them.
I figured if I gave them to grandma and no one knew about it, then like they would be as safe as can be because grandma's shrine is like the safest place in all of this city, which is like the safest place in the world.
And yet,
And yet,
I mean, to be fair, adventurers and the like are really good at finding things that other people don't want them to find. You know, dragon masks and everything withstanding. We've seen that happen time and time again. So, you know, they can't really spill, you know, or cry over spilled lost cards.
this is going to be one of the greatest nights of my life. I was truly feeling it. And now
well,
I will paint my armor.
if
His
it
buzz be
helps,
harshed.
if it helps, it is already past midnight, so technically I ruined tomorrow, not today.
Even I know that not how that work.
It was a good try, but not really.
Is Sprocket ready? Or is it just a distraction?
No, I think the problem is that Alex mentioned something about they're trying to do something with souls. And if there actually is a conspiracy afoot, and they have, say, our friend in a sword, which is super convenient for them, then it just made a concern of mine that, you know, I don't know if I want to really, you know, leave him with them if they're doing some sort of soul experimentations.
Especially since his rival got kidnapped by the cult and may have been a traitor all along. We really can't trust anything Hajime or his apprentice has to say.
There's a lot of assumptions being made, and I don't know which is right. But I just wanna make sure my friend is okay, as best as we can, as he can be in an evil sword.
Just so you all know, I am taking notes on what you guys are writing for me. It was good stuff.
You want me to go take sword back?
I mean, I think I
have an appointment to go there this week anyway because of the research that they're doing and the updates they promised me. So I'll just go take it back. Then it'll be fine.
Bjorno is also going to the stacks. And I can help him if that is something we could also join. That at least gets 3 of us in there to try to find
pepperoni purse. I have all this. Looks like there's about 110 gold pieces in there.
Alex is gonna take out our money bag and give you another 1,000 gold just in case. Actually, she'd probably give you 100 platinum. That's way easier to carry.
I slot it into the pepperoni.
Just in case you need it.
Okay.
Hildy casts Lesser Restoration on Bjorno just to lessen the discomfort.
Yorno, you are no longer fatigued. You still do
All
have
right.
a headache.
All right.
Alexandra, it would be best not to go alone if you think it is that dangerous there. Would you like me to come with you?
Well, Bimgog's gonna come with me.
Go.
And he's probably the scariest person I know.
Yorno is going to
True.
hit the stacks.
He is terrifying.
If you want to come, Hildy, you can, because we might be able to talk our way through it a lot easier.
I would like to help.
Okay.
So you guys are all going to the palace? Except
I'm
for
not.
Rhoda? Okay.
No one said they
I'm gonna
needed me.
Yep, I'm gonna handle everybody else then. Everybody but Rhoda, you come downstairs. I mean, everybody comes downstairs, and Bartholomew starts waving you all over.
Hi, Bartholomew.
Good morning. Looks around. Come close, close. Brings you all in. There was an attempt on the king's life last night.
Bjorno.
We'll tell him later. We'll catch him up later.
Okay. Okay.
Shoot.
It seems that the attack was just a distraction.
He dead?
Distraction for what? What
King's
happened?
alive, but they caught some assassins of sorts, from my understanding. I don't know much other than that happened.
Mm,
Diabolical subterfuge.
Well, good
thank
luck with
you.
that.
Thank you for telling us, Bartholomew.
I want you to be in the nose. Some steak and eggs, mutton and eggs,
Yes.
and some
Eggs and eggs?
some eggs. Do you eat eggs, Miss Sylvie?
Yes.
Well, eggs and fruit. It all comes out of his wonderful bar top, and he sets it down in front of all of you. And goes back to serving the other clients. Your breakfast is delicious, and you guys you head out into the city. I'm guessing you'd like to go to the palace. Okay. You arrive at the
Even
palace
more
gates.
so now.
What would you like to do?
I'm gonna head towards the research tower.
Can we help you, adventurers?
Yeah, we have an artifact up in the research tower, and I was coming to check in on the progress of that with. I'm Alexandra Oldlaw.
Yes, yes, I know who you are. Yes, through the tower, you know how to get there. There will be a guard who will make you wait. The rest of you, what business do you have in the palace?
Oh well, Bimgog and Hildy are with me. We're all in on the research project together. It's a group effort. Lots of people working on it.
Very well. And Mr. Sir Bjorn, I believe you are having an allowance to the stacks. The guards will see you all through. Stay safe. Keep your weapons stowed at all times. The palace is on high alert.
I'll take my finger guns and then holster them.
Bjorna, you go through the usual rigmarole, multiple doors, multiple sets of guards. You actually do notice there's less guards on the stacks right now.
Okay.
But you find your books of study, and what would you like to look for today?
All right, so I'm gonna do. I'm taking unusual precaution. I'm going to make sure that my back is toward the wall this time. You know,
Okay.
it wasn't before, it is now, and I'm almost halfway expecting there to be an interruption.
Okay.
I am going back to lists of locations that are relevant to my interest, places to explore, places that I want to investigate. Geography is the word of the day.
Okay. Um, you do find a couple books on cartography and geography, and you find one that really calls to you. Give me an insight roll. Okay. As you're reading the books, your eyes start getting heavier and heavier, and before you realize it, you start feeling like you're nodding off. Everything kind of dims, but you wake up, and you are no longer inside of the library. You are in a grassy valley. Beautiful mountains surround you. I need a perception check. You notice that something is not quite right in the environment, but you chalk it up to, this isn't this. You don't think this is reality. What would you like to do?
I am going to go for a trek. I'm going to try to get the lay of the land.
Okay, you're going up.
Yep.
Okay. You give me a survival roll. Now the turntables. Okay, you managed to start making your way up through the foothills, climbing into the mountains. What are you looking for?
Any identifying landmarks or interesting flora or fauna that might give away the location to be somewhere I have been before, or at least have read about, that sort of thing. Is what kind of climate is this? Are we like in like a deciduous sort of forest? Are we in like a boreal forest? Is this like Icewind Dale? Is this further south?
Give me another insight. At advantage again, obviously.
Okay.
You're kind of looking, and as you're looking out across, like you climb one solitary mountain, but you're in front of you is a mountain range, and as you're looking across it, you hear a voice, very soft, but kind of gravelly, whisper, "Spy world." Give me another perception check.
All right. Much better that time.
You notice now what you figured was off. The snow has a green hue to it.
Spine of the world.
You also see off in the distance some giants. Many types. Frost, stone, hill. All of them are marching together. You hear across the valley their thum as they sing these marching songs. Overhead, you see some dragons flying through the air, and you feel the wind as they sweep down the mountain, staying low to the ground, and you watch as they fly towards the giants. And just as you think You're about to see them all clash. You start. You see this green gas envelop you, and you start feeling like you're choking, and you wake up. And a few hours have passed. Alex, Bimgog, and Hildy, you all are met with some guards at the entrance to this wing of the castle.
Before we actually get there, during the walk, could I have a quiet conversation with Bimgog and Alexandra? I regret.
If you are attempting to do this stealthily, I will need a roll. You are surrounded by guards.
Okay.
Okay, you're able to pull it off.
I should have thought of this before, but I have a spell that we can communicate telepathically. I should have done it before we left, but it only lasts an hour. So we can talk to each other and not let them know what we're doing. Would that be good? Would you accept?
I would, yeah.
Bimgog? Oh, I think you're muted.
Muted.
Yeah, that seems like a great idea.
Okay, so I will cast this. And it doesn't matter how far away we are, we can talk to each other. As long as we don't go to another plane of existence, you know?
Well, let's hope that doesn't happen.
So, she will
Okay.
do that. So we got an hour of talking to each other in our brains.
You all hear each other in each other's heads. It's almost perturbing. You're let through door after door until finally you are in the Royal Technomancer's laboratory. You see, for everybody else, you see an assortment of bobules, different alchemical experiments going on. You notice there is a giant crystalline sphere in the middle of the room, surrounded by other smaller spheres that you see them rotating around it, the light kind of reflecting off it in different ways. Still held in the middle of the room, but it literally suspended in midair, is the sword.
And is that guy Rowan, is he around?
Rowan comes back around it from behind one of the corners where he's got some walls set up. Didn't expect to see you lot.
Oh, well, I was just, wondering if you had any, updates on that stuff since you've had our friend for a while now.
Oh, yes. So, actually, but before we get started on that, you had I wanted to get some of your blood so I could start that experiment.
Right, yeah, about that. Sorry, I kind of got trashed last night. It was a really long day, attack on the city and everything, and I was, had to adventure. And you've seen my face, that hurt a lot. So yeah, we were gonna have to postpone until next week on that, maybe.
Ah, okay. Well, yeah. Let me get to. Let me show you some of my notes. And then all of a sudden you hear a rap at the door, and then it opens, and four gray maidens walk in as the queen herself enters the laboratory. Rowan, I didn't know you were going to be having guests over. Yes, my liege, it's good to see you. Any bows? What can I do for you? I just wanted to check on how your research was coming in regards to this sword and the magics that it has. Rowan kind of looks as though, well, actually, my queen, I finished my preliminary research. I do believe that with the tools that these adventurers recovered, that I should be able to extract it, but probably it's going to be another week or so as he's looking up at the spheres that are all rotating around.
What are you gonna extract? My friend, you gonna get him out?
I believe so. If the lunar cycle lines up, I should be able to do it.
I'm looking at the queen.
Okay.
Does she make any noticeable? I'm
Roll an
looking for
insight
any.
check.
That's what I was trying. Oh, I can't. Rumbles.
She seems to be standing there in her royal stature, pleased that the work is being done.
I also would like an insight check because I don't know why she's so concerned about souls.
Okay. She definitely does have an interest in what's going on here, but you don't get any vibe beyond she's interested in this type of magic and understanding it better. But she walks forward. I've been having a conversation with Father or High Priest Nistar. He thinks that the cult is going to require a sacrifice of significant size. So it is likely that they will be using some sort of soul magic. Rowan kind of nods and says that would match up for the infernal debt they're attempting to pay. What do you propose we do about it? She smiles and says, well, I propose we never give them the chance to do it. I don't know where they're going to find a population large enough to do that without having an army on their hands, literally against them, unless they're all suicidal. Rowan kind of struggling. It'd be in the measure of. Well, I mean, I'm not a diabolist, but I can only imagine for a god, thousands, tens of thousands. He says, keep up your research. I want to know that you can interfere with the magic at a minimum. I want you to learn how it's channeled so that we can stop it. Of course, my liege. She looks at you all. What brings you all in today?
That sword with the magic. Yeah, our friend is stuck inside of it, so we've been trying to get him out.
That would make sense for the questions you were asking.
Yeah.
Rowan, you're going to be able to get their friend out, aren't you? Yes, my liege. Sounds like he'll be out by the end of the week.
That would be perfect. That would be ideal for everybody involved with everything. I do a little curtsy.
She smiles and she walks over. Actually, I need everybody to roll me a will save.
Bimgog, you get another luck coin. Thanks to Twitch.
Thank you. What save?
Wisdom.
Wisdom save. I thought you said will save, and I said, oh, what the fuck that is. All right.
Sounds like something from a dumb LARP.
Hildy and Alex, a sense of calm washes over you listening to her speak, and you pick up on an air of not just nobility, but purpose behind nobility. The kind of feeling you get when you see an effective leader taking control of a situation. And it feels very calming to you. Bimgog, you just notice she's very pretty.
Do I notice my friends? Do I see them acting any differently or looking any different?
Roll me an insight.
Oh my god. No, I don't.
No? I mean, she's very pretty, so it's natural, you think that, they're all ladies, they probably get along, Well,
So I'm gonna I'm gonna basically be your assistant, bud. I'm gonna be your assistant because I'm not with only a week's of time. I gotta make sure that Sprocket's okay. It's really important.
Yeah,
Rowan,
he is his emergency contact. Like, this is ethically, you have to let him do this.
Rowan kind of looks over his book. Well, honestly, I mean, really, all that we need is we've got the materials, we've got the conduits. It's constructed. We need the moon, and I'd say a solid diamond wouldn't hurt.
Okay.
Something of good value, just in case.
Well, I think we got that covered.
We got that covered.
The queen snaps her fingers, and one of the gray maidens comes over. She whispers something in her ear, and they nod and they take off. I will ensure that a stone from my personal collection is brought that will be fitting for the ritual.
Actually, we actually kind of already have one that we already picked out just for Sprocket. Like, we fought a dragon for it, so it's got some sentimental value all tied up into this.
Then you should keep it. I insist. It's a gift.
Okay.
She walks over to you. She's actually pretty tall, taller than Alex. She kind of leans down a little bit and says, "Your family's done so much for the city. Anything I can do to repay the favors of everything you all have done."
Maybe I'll think about it. Like, Alex starts getting like flustered, and if it wasn't for the fact that she has gold medal on her face, she would be blushing.
What mask are you wearing? This doesn't look like the dragon masks.
I don't know if we're gonna call it yet. I was gonna talk to Hyperion about that. It's a new one. It's not that fancy.
It's very very well engraved. Is that a kobold?
Yeah.
She leans in and she whispers in your ear, "You should carry yourself with more pride than to look like a kobold. But we'll make this our little secret." And she stands up. "You all have been a delight, and as always, anything I can do, I'll be happy to help you all."
Bimgog gives a deep bow, and you just hear him say, "Long may you and the king reign."
It is an honor as always.
She kind of pauses and looks at you, Bimgog.
What?
"Thank you." And she steps out.
You know, that's kind of a rude thing to say about kobolds. I'm sure they're not all terrible.
No, they kind of are. Not all, but mostly. They're pretty bad, Alex.
Well, that's what everyone said about goblins before too.
I know, but the difference is that, like, I mean, I don't want to
I've never
sit there.
met one.
I
Maybe I should
don't
meet
know.
one.
How comfortable I am in the conversation of not all kobolds.
Rowan chips in from the back. "Yeah, kobolds are terrible. They pee on everything."
They do. They pee on us so many things.
It's like some sort of contest for them.
From the
Close to
depths
each
of the
other.
from the depths of the stacks. Yeah, kobolds, they are like the Veerbeeg of giants. They are equivalent to kobolds, are the Veerbeeg of goblin kind.
I don't know what that means.
In my head, I think to both Hildy and Alex. So I don't think we're going to be able to get the sword without causing a big kerfluffle.
Yeah.
And I don't think there's anything, like, I can't tell there's anything wrong with the queen per se. So, but it could be anybody in the court.
My second guess was going to be that priest guy.
It's true.
But yeah, I think we just have to come back when the moon is right and make sure we could just get, because either way, we're going to have to make sure we get Sprocket's soul out of that sword safely one way or another. So we'll just come back when the moon does its moon thing.
You guys have a gut feeling you're gonna have about a week's worth of time to burn or so.
I've got a good feeling on it.
Broduck,
Hi,
how you
DM.
doing, buddy?
Brooke is gonna find a me.
Okay. Where do you go looking?
Go to her house.
You're walking down the road towards her house, and she leans out the window. Hi, Broduck.
Hi, me.
She waits for you to get to the front door, and then she jumps out of the window and lands in your arms. I had a feeling you'd catch me.
That was bold. You make good adventurer.
I'm trying to take more chances. Where
That's good.
Where are we
I do
gonna
that a lot.
train?
Well, I don't know city that good. Is there a place we can go to train?
I mean, the barracks. They're pretty much putting a sword in anyone's hand who wants it.
Do you
I
want
don't
to
even own a
use sword?
I don't know. It seems smart to know how to defend myself up close. Maybe a smaller sword, or something that doesn't weigh that much.
Let's go look. Do you know any places that sell swords and weapons?
Yeah, there's sell swords. They sell swords.
Let's go there.
Weapons, things like that. Okay. She takes your hand and squeezes it and walks you into the market.
I follow along with her.
Yep. Takes you. You go past the usual. There's a fabric stand, and there's a lot of food stands and some fresh kebabs being made. But you get to finally the sootier part of the city, where there's armorers and blacksmiths and things like that. She takes you into a nice presenting front of a shop. There's a younger gentleman standing behind the counter. Hey, Lot, what can I do for you?
I'm teaching her how to be strong fighter. She need weapon that good for her.
Looks her up and down. A dagger, or
Can she hold some?
Miss, what do you see? What do you see that stands out to you? She says, yeah, I'd like to hold one. How about that one? And she points at a rapier. Yes, right away. Takes it off the shelf, hands it to her. She grabs it, kind of moves her arm around very awkwardly. She kind of turns it. She actually ends up nearly hitting herself in the face with it.
I grab it if it comes close to her
Pointy end.
face.
Pointy end goes in the bad guy, right?
Yes. I'm holding the blade since I almost hit her face, and I bend it a little in my hand. I go, you want to make sure not hit him with side part. You want to stick him with us. This is sticky sword.
Okay. All right, I can do that.
You could get that, or if you want to be real protected, you could get like that. I point like at a long sword, and you get shield and armor, and you have too much armor like Bjorno.
I can try, certainly. I don't know that any of the. I've never worn armor before.
Let's see.
This is
Broda.
honestly my first time really holding a weapon.
How does Brooke handle this? We'll get back to that after we get you all strong. You probably not pick it up right now. You're probably real weak.
Yeah, Bjorno's armor was really heavy.
Yeah, they all real heavy. I don't wear no armor. My skin like steel. We make you skin steel.
You like a bear.
I don't like bear. Big bear. We get
bear.
that. I point at the rapier. And
Okay.
we come back for other thing.
Okay. It's a masterwork rapier. It'd be 100 gold.
I give them 10 platinum pieces.
Okay. He gladly takes it with Pleasure doing business with you.
Thank you. We go train where I know how to train best. And I'll start walking her to the woods.
Okay. And that is where we are going to end it for tonight. Hope you guys had fun. You will have a week of downtime. So we might not role play out every day of this week. But you guys, it sounds like you're starting to figure out if there's any intrigue going on here. I will say none of you are right yet. But should be excited to see where you guys go with it. Chase whatever tails you want.
I'm right.
Disregard what I just said. But thank you everybody for joining us, and good night.